Listen carefully, because this message can change the way you live every single day. Many people ask one question, again and again. How can I hear God's voice clearly? Maybe you have asked it too. You pray, but you feel silence. You wait, but nothing seems to happen. You wonder, is God really speaking to me? But here is the truth. God is speaking. The problem is not that God is silent. The problem is that we don't always know how to listen. And today, you are going to learn how. Take a deep breath, relax, and let's walk together. God does not speak in confusion. God does not shout to compete with noise. God speaks in a way that requires your heart to be ready. So the first thing you must understand is this. God speaks to a heart that is willing to listen. Not just ears, but a heart. Because you can hear words and still not understand God. But when your heart is open, even a whisper becomes clear. Say this slowly with me. Lord, I want to hear you. I am ready to listen. Speak to my heart. Good. Now let's go deeper. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to hear God is because their lives are too noisy. Noise is not only sound. Noise can be thoughts, worries, fear, distractions, social media, stress, overthinking. If your mind is always full, how will you recognize God's voice? God often speaks in calmness. So if you want to hear Him clearly, you must create space. Simple space. Try this. Sit quietly for a moment. Close your eyes if you want. Slow down your breathing. Now say, God, I am here. I am listening. Stay there, even if you feel nothing at first. Because hearing God is not always instant. It is a relationship, and relationships take time. Now listen carefully to this. God speaks in different ways. He is not limited. Sometimes He speaks through His Word, the Bible. Sometimes through a thought, a strong inner conviction. Sometimes through peace, or even discomfort. Sometimes through people or situations. But His voice has a signature. God's voice brings peace, even when it corrects you. God's voice brings clarity, not confusion. God's voice brings truth, not fear. So when you hear something inside you, ask yourself, does this bring me closer to truth? Does this reflect love, wisdom, and peace? If the answer is yes, you are learning to recognize His voice. Now repeat after me. God's voice brings peace. God's voice guides me. I can learn to hear Him. Very good. Now let's talk about something very important. Obedience. Many people want to hear God, but they ignore what He already said. Imagine this. You ask God for direction, but He already showed you something, and you did not follow it. Why would He give more if the first instruction is ignored? Hearing God becomes clearer when you obey step by step. Small obedience leads to greater clarity. So today, think about this. Is there something you already know that God wants you to do? Maybe forgive someone. Maybe stop something harmful. Maybe start something good. Don't wait for a louder voice. Act on what you already know. Say this: Lord, I will obey, even in small things. I trust your direction. Now listen, another key to hearing God clearly is spending time with Him daily. Not once in a while, not only when you are in trouble. Daily. Because the more time you spend with someone, the more you recognize their voice. Think about your closest friend. Even in a crowd, you can recognize their voice immediately. Why? Because you know them. It is the same with God. So every day, even for a few minutes, talk to Him. Read His Word. Stay quiet in His presence. God, I choose to be close to you. Teach me your voice. I want to know you more. Now let me tell you something powerful. God is not trying to hide from you. He is not playing a game. He wants you to hear Him, even more than you want to hear Him. But He is looking for something, a sincere heart. Not a perfect heart, not a strong heart, but a sincere one. A heart that says, God, even if it takes time, I will stay. Even if I don't understand everything, I will trust you. That kind of heart will hear God. Now, let's go deeper again. Sometimes, God's voice comes as a gentle correction, not to punish you, but to guide you. It may say, stop this. Go this way. This is not right. And sometimes, that correction feels uncomfortable. But listen carefully. Discomfort from God leads to growth. Fear and confusion do not come from Him. So when you feel a clear, calm conviction, pay attention. That could be God speaking. Say, Lord, correct me. Guide me. I accept your direction. Good. Now, let's talk about patience. Hearing God clearly is a journey. You will not master it in one day. There will be moments of clarity and moments of silence. But silence does not mean absence. Sometimes God is working even when you don't hear anything. In those moments, do not panic. Do not say, God left me. Instead, say, God is still with me. He is working, even now. I will trust him. Very good. Now, let me help you practice. I will give you simple sentences. Speak them slowly and let them enter your heart. God speaks to me. I am learning to listen. I remove distractions. I create space for his voice. I choose peace. I follow his guidance. I trust his timing. I am not alone. God is with me. Again, God speaks to me. I am listening. I am ready. Feel that. Believe that. Now, imagine this. You wake up in the morning, before checking your phone, before starting your day. You say, "Good morning, Lord. Speak to me today. Guide my steps." And throughout the day, you stay aware. You notice your thoughts. You notice your feelings. You notice moments of peace or warning. And slowly, you begin to recognize patterns. That is how clarity grows, step by step. Now listen carefully. The more you focus on God, the clearer his voice becomes. The more you focus on distractions, the harder it becomes to hear him. So ask yourself honestly, what am I feeding my mind every day? Because what fills your mind affects what you hear. Choose wisely. Say, I choose what feeds my spirit. I choose what brings me closer to God. I protect my mind. Good. Now, let's go even deeper. Sometimes people say, I am afraid of making mistakes. Listen, you may make mistakes while learning. That is normal. But God is faithful. If your heart is sincere, he will guide you back. You don't need to live in fear. You need to live in trust. Say, I am not afraid. God is guiding me. I trust his direction. Very good. Now feel this moment. You are not alone in your journey. You are not lost. God sees you. God hears you. God is closer than you think. Even now, he is near. So take one more moment. Breathe slowly and say, Speak, Lord. I am listening. Speak to my heart. I am here. Stay in that feeling. Let it settle inside you. Because this is where everything begins. Not in noise, not in stress, but in quiet connection. And from today, you will start to notice something different. Small impressions, gentle thoughts, clear direction. You will begin to recognize his voice. Not perfectly, but progressively. And that is enough. Because step by step, you are growing. Step by step, you are learning. Step by step, you are getting closer. So remember this always. God is speaking. You are learning to listen. And your relationship with him is becoming stronger every day. Say it one last time. Slowly. God speaks to me. I hear his voice. I follow him. And carry this with you everywhere you go.